Game started.
Here's the game. Yasin Mirza 008 from India. Okay, well, let's go back to knight f6 type opening. I did a Nimzo, or a Slav recently. Let's try a Nimzo. Yeah, I did a Slav and a Grinfeld. Let's try a Nimzo. Here we go. We get a Nimzo. Wow. Okay. Oh, and he plays this line. That's the way I play it, the Rubinstein variation. Okay. So I play with c5. You can play with d5 and other moves as well, I'm sure. I don't want to exchange the bishop for the knight until I'm asked.
Check.
Kind of forces white to waste a move in order to win the bishop pair. And then develop the knight. Put a little pressure on the center. And the advantage of e3 here is that it's already got the center supported, so white has pretty easy development here. And then I'm going to maybe inch forward with d6 and e5 probably. So there's something else here. e5 is useful for opening up a diagonal for this bishop. You can play with the bishop out to this side and target the c-pawn, but I've never liked that strategy so much. You know, it seems like you're misplacing your pieces. You put the bishop on a6 and the knight on a5 and just try and round up that pawn. You're going through a lot of work to try and get that pawn move in. Okay, so I want to play e5, but I shouldn't just slam it down. I should think about it. If I take, if I play and he takes, I take, he takes, I take. That looks good. So probably he could also take here. It'd have the same effect. So probably he will push, and then my knight routes around. Yeah, so this is the idea. You kind of blockade the center. So I think Chess Explained calls this the Hübner variation. And maybe the knight could go other places, but my idea is to bring it over to the kingside. Maybe get a knight on the f5 square. It's in the cards now. I could play. Oh no, I can't play it. What is he doing from there? Well, it kind of provokes h6. I don't want to leave the knight there, so let's chase it back. And I just went back. Okay, so I still want to get a knight to f4, rather, not f5, f4. So if I play here, though, and he plays knight takes e5, then his queen is attacking my knight, so it wins a pawn. So we'll start with this move, but I guess he will just kick it with h3 himself. Yeah, and I don't actually want to trade, so I will drop back here and think about my plans. Maybe knight to h7 if I can't go to h5. Okay, yeah, that prevents the f5 idea anyway. So knight h7, and then the knight could come around to well, then I could play, could I ever get that in? Yes, I think I can get that in. Knight h7, and I can play f5, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes. I've got a little pressure on the f-file maybe. Okay, f5 now. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes. His rook is not... I don't see anything hopping in to exploit that. He doesn't have to take. He could ignore it. Then I would take and then bring my knight back to f6, hitting the e4 square. So I think that would be good. He hits my loose knight. But I can take and win a pawn here.
Check.
Probably should take. And guess this is okay. I'm still defending the f5 pawn here. Okay, so he wants to open things up too. Well, maybe not a bad idea. So if I take here first, it'll open up another piece looking at the f4 pawn. And I'm hitting his bishop. So I'm thinking maybe I can just take here. He can take my knight tempo. He can get some checks here and here with his queen. If I take the pawn, bishop takes, rook takes, right? Isn't that good? Oh, and I'm also overlooking bishop here, check. So queen here, check first, or bishop here, check. Queen check drives the king to one of the dark squares. Bishop check. I keep control of the dark squares and keep the king over here.
Check.
So that's probably better. And then queen check here. He can block, and I can mate, or he can run to the corner.
Check.
So king to the corner is the only move, but actually I don't see how I'm mating him there. Let's see, I need a knight. A knight on one of those squares. Okay, well I could go back to just taking this pawn. And let's see. Let's be a little careful. He's got rook to g1 there. Maybe I just grab the rook now. And I can take here. And that helps me bring my knight into the game. Knight to here. Hitting the bishop. Okay, he can wiggle his bishop around to here, hitting my queen. Knight here, bishop e1, and then I have queen h3 check, and that'll get the queens off. Okay, let's do that. Unless there's a mate here. Is there a mate? The check here. Knight here threatens mate. Threatens queen h2 mate. And threatens the bishop. Yeah, so he just goes for the trade. So that was, yeah, effectively just...
White resigns.
Okay, I won one. Let's see, I will take a look at that in the postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.